नमः ॐ विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामी इति नामिने।
नमस्ते सरस्वती देवां गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पश्चात्यादेशतारिणे।
नमस्ते सारस्वते देवं गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यादेशतारिणे।
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा।
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद।
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे।
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा हरे 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 राम
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे।
जय जगद्गुरु श्रील प्रभुपादा जय जगद्गुरु श्रील प्रभुपादा
जय जगद्गुरु शिला प्रभुपद जगद्गुरु शिला प्रभुपद।
Jaya Patita Pavana Srila Prabhupada. Jaya Patita Pavana Srila Prabhupada.
Jaya Patit Pavan Prabhupada. Patit Pavan Prabhupada.
Jaya Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva.
Jaya Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva, Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Ananda Koti
Jai,
Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Srila Bhakti
Jai,
Haridas, all good somebody with Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Thank you, Maharaj. So, over to you, Maharaj.
Hi. Now, who do you think I am?
Your Maharaj.
You see my picture here, right?
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. The how is our audio?
Good, Maharaj.
Okay. This is because sometimes we think that the Rakshas, the Vanaras were cute monkeys or something, But I found this drawing painting. I guess it's not a photograph, and I think this is more what the Vanaras were like. They were big. They would just tear people to teeth with their nails and teeth and everything else. So they were very, very tough guys. Yeah. So can we share our screen?
Yes, Maharaj.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Okay. Krishna, 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 hey.
Krishna, 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 Hey.
Rama Raghava, Rama Raghava, Rama Raghava Rakshamam.
Rama Raghava, Rama Raghava, Rama Raghava, Rakshamam.
Krishna Keshava, Krishna Keshava, Krishna Keshava Pahimam.
Krishna Keshava, Krishna Keshava, Krishna Keshava Pahimam.
Our first real contact, well, let's see. I was in San Francisco going to school at UC Davis, which is about 90 minutes, from San Francisco. Was the university, it's right near Sacramento, was the university agricultural university farm. And the campus was interesting. Berkeley, Berkeley campus, first campus of the University of California. And there was the Green Valley Highway, and I guess a railroad that went from San Francisco to Sacramento. And a very, very interesting time, a very lot more space and good agricultural, nice environment, very kind of romantic atmosphere, very nice. So anyway, we visit San Francisco to sometime the city, and I remember there were devotees chanting out front of one. Maybe it was like Woolworths or something on Market Street, and I bought a 25 cents for a Back to Godhead magazine or something. And from previous life, I was interested in spirituality or those kind of things. And of course, Prabhupada says you don't take birth in India unless you were interested in spiritual life in your previous life. If you're interested in machines, you take birth in Germany. If you're interested in romance, you take birth in France. Yeah. Yeah. So, and then I had something on the back, there was a picture of Prabhupada, mentioned this before. And I mean, I think it was kind of like maybe a painting, but he was surrounded by all these flowers. And to me, it was like Rajneesh or something. It's like some kind of mafioso type guy, you know, spiritual type thing. And so I wasn't you know, kind of like uh, had negative feelings. But I think maybe I kept the magazine. And then the next time was at the University of California, Davis. They had on the campus quad, the quadrangle, right in the middle, maybe one block on each side. And there's park area. Everybody would go for lunch and everything else like that and sit there. Uh, they started the Whole Earth Day. I don't know if it's still going on or not, but it actually started there, Whole Earth Day. And all these different events came together. So devotees came there from San Francisco, and that's when I bought the Krishna book. You know, and Prabhupada says this. He says if somebody buys a big book like that, makes that personal investment, that's a different thing than just taking a magazine or something. So I try to get people to give something substantial. In the next of instruction, Darati Pratigrinati, Prabhupada says that people give nice donations, and we reciprocate by giving them literature strictly dealing with the subject matter of Krishna consciousness. You know? So actually we're not like giving literature and asking for donations, we're accepting donations and giving literature, at least in that comment, that perspective. So that's okay if people contribute something, and maybe they don't contribute money, maybe they contribute different kinds of service to us. And we can give them literature. We're dealing with Krishna consciousness. So of course we need a big variety of literature, and so that it will touch people, reach people, and they'll be attracted to approach it from their particular nature, guna, karma, psychophysical atmosphere. So, and Prabhupada said you can take the purports and photocopy them, and again, so much different kinds of literature, more and more. Of course, if people take it as something which they deserved, they may think, well, this is interesting, but oh, my friend, he'll like this, you know? So the books may not just stay with the person that gets them, but they may pass them on, because this is the Kali Yuga. Can even tell people, here's something you might like, or maybe some of your friends are interested in yoga, meditation, reincarnation, world classical literature, Asian philosophy. We're going to find so many words to describe what we're doing for different people. So, along with that, then, first book we got was the Krishna book, yeah. But then when we got initiated, we got this name, Hanumat Preshak. Your name is Hanumat Preshakadas. It was a letter from Prabhupada, our temple president Bhaktadas. He wrote to Prabhupada suggesting people for initiation. And myself, Sakrit, Lanka Vijaya, somebody else. There were several people there. And the names actually seem to be pretty much, it seems like Nimai was selecting names from the Ramayana or something, but I can't find Hanumat Preshak in the Rama Sahasranam or anything. You know? But of course, Lanka Vijaya is also, or Lankesha, whichever it was. And if you know them, Vatsal and Sashikala and Vaisheshika, they all took second initiation, the same letter I took first initiation. So, but nobody knew what it meant. Bahu Saka, strong armed, whatever. Until finally, several years later, maybe like in 1979 or something, 78, 79, Bhakti Charu Swami came to visit us in the temple when it moved to Berkeley. And Hansaduta was there. And he said, oh, no, it means it's a name for Ram, Hanumat Preshak, the, the dispatcher, the dispatcher of Hanuman as a messenger. Okay, yeah. And my own nature, everybody has their own particular position, consciousness. And that's what we can find by reading Prabhupada's books. I know some people who just like basic ideas of Bhagavad Gita. We're not the body, reincarnation, and very practical. They fill their lives up with that at their level. And somebody else right away is attracted to Chaitanya Charitamrita, and then going out and becoming fully engaged in Krishna's service on Sankirtan, approaching people, and basically just floating in this ocean of contact with different people and feeling Krishna's presence and guiding you right through all the arrows coming at you in the battle of Kurukshetra, and associating Krishna and Satyaki screaming at each other on the middle of the battlefield. You know, so many people on different levels of development, different character, and ultimately different swarup. You know, so we got this name, and our nature was always to try and you know, guide our lives by iconographic images, stories, these kind of things. Since I was a child, you know, that kind of activity and so on. So I was thinking, okay, Prabhupada gave us this name, and you know, who is Ram? And of course, in the beginning, in the movement, there was no idea of what is the Ramayan, you know. And so then finally, somehow or other, there was a summary of it, which for Ram Navami or something was read, and I was very attracted. You know, okay, maybe that's my position. And so here, just now, if you can see the screen, you see here Vedabase.io. How can I move this? Okay. Oh, there we go. Okay, yeah. Vedabase.io, books for the basis. There's so many nice books online now, you know, to read and everything else and share. But if we go down here, here is Mahabharata and Ramayana, both edited, translated, edited by Krishna Dharma. So I think it's very, very nice. Ramayana. I've read many, translations of the Ramayana, Gita Press, Valmiki Ramayana. So many, so many. But this is one of the very, very nicest. You know? The other ones, many times, it seems like the story is being told, even by devotees, and then it kind of stops. And okay, now I'm going to preach to you for some time here. You know, okay, now let's get back to the story. But when my experience when Krishna Dharma is doing it, the philosophy just comes out as a very, very natural part of what the story is, and that's the way things are. All of us are basing our story on some principles, some ideas, some perspectives, some iconographic things like that. You know? Principles and story are very much integrated. You know? Every story has a very deep significance. So anyway, he has prologue, uh, betrayed, have to go to the forest, part two, part three, war, and an epilogue. So part two, I think, includes in Hanuman, which is called Sundarkanda. Bharata returns. Okay. Ram meets. So this is Sundarkanda, pretty much when Hanuman is sent to find Sita, and all the different kinds of challenges they go through, and we can see how they deal with them. They're trying to accomplish their mission of finding. And of course, in the modern age, Sita says that the pleasure potency, the desire to serve others and make others happy, the desire to make the supreme person happy, the perfect child, the perfect friend, the perfect lover, you know, out there somewhere, the perfect hero, you know, perfect, and so it says whenever this potency is there, Sat Chidananda, this Ananda Shakti, it's a manifestation of Radharani or Sita, you know. So everybody in their hearts, so many people, they have this desire to try and serve the highest reality, not serve selfish, petty interests or different kinds of people, and like that. So there's so many devotees everywhere, and so trying to find Sita is basically trying to find the Sita in the heart of everyone. Why not? Perfectly good attitude, a way of describing it like that. But of course, Sita has been captured by so many powerful influences, forces. But yeah, nowadays people are captured, Prabhupada says, by all this media. They're told this, they're told that, they hear this, they hear that. And it's coming at them in very, very sophisticated, complicated forms that they can't penetrate. So we Prabhupada says we have to fight Maya in the area of culture, in the realm of culture, media, always from the very beginning, even going out in the streets selling books, is fighting Maya by distributing literature. But that was how many a very good effective method. But nowadays, people don't go out on the street so much. They go into malls, and malls, of course, are still going on to some degree. When more and more people are becoming, involved in their houses, and the media is coming to them. So finding out how people are living and how they're communicating. And of course, it's a whole big other topic and stuff. But that's what we were doing, I think, for so many years. We were preaching in the area of science and the Vedas, the Bhaktivedanta Library, preaching to devotees, world classical literature, Carl Jung, Hamlet, and Arjuna, and doing so many programs according to our small ability, our little ability in nature. Okay, maybe we're only 75% sincere or 35% sincere or whatever, but trying to increase that, trying to do whatever we can do to try and reach out and rescue Sita so she can serve Ram. Yeah, yeah. So, so with all this, of course, personally, everybody has their own personal story. Yeah. When we're getting older and everything else, then many people, Professor Sven Donor, Radhika Ramandas, so many people were saying you have to consolidate all this stuff. Just don't leave it all over the place. So we did that with these 4 movies, uh, getting everybody on board and everything else to go and try and find Sita for one more time, yeah, in Peru. And the second movie, coming to Ravana's kingdom, and Hanuman lands there, and what's the nature of the whole place? Yeah, yeah. And it was very interesting. United States of America, the kingdom of Ravana, you know, complete material opulence without God, rockets going off into space, stairways to heaven, all these things. Then Europe was more like Ravana's palace. And there, yeah, the culture is so much more profound, internal, so much more depth. And finally, the last movie, we went to India, we landed in Sashi Prakash Singh received us there with everybody else, with the ambassador of India, Peru. And we had very, very nice tour after all these years, consolidating all of our experience. Delhi, Kolkata, Mayapur, Manipur, ending up in Vrindavan. And the very end, we had this fantastic comment by Hector Behar, who was very much like, the Sita captured by, what do you call it, by the modern world, and commenting that now he'd seen the heart of India because he's working with the United Nations and everything else. And so, yeah, we released that movie in Houston, I felt it was just an amazing relief. Oh my God, I've done it now. Now I can, try to keep everything together to the last mile. So what happens after that? Okay, Hanuman returns to the he talks to Sita, then he goes back and the monkeys meet them. He tells the story. They're all waiting. Then they go back and they stop off and this gets snockered on the Sugriva's fruit garden. And then they all rush back and tell the story to Ram about what happened. Let's look here. Okay, Sita is found. Okay, I think at the end of this we'll find. Uh, okay, so where's Hanuman? Shouting Ram's name, Hanuman leapt into the air. This is heading back now to India After the pressure of his leap pressed again, the pressure of his leap pressed the mountain down into the earth. All its trees shook, shed their blossoms. The Yadaras, Kinnaras, and Gandharvas who were sporting on the mountain slopes. The Yadaras, Kinnaras, and Gandharvas, these are semi-demigods in between humans. Gandharvas, Prabhupada says, fairies. These are Western history. We have ideas of fairies, Morgan Le Fay, Avalon, the Lord of the Rings. All these things were taken from very old myths, stories, legends. So Prabhupada says Gandharvas are fairies, and the Rakshasas, they match up so well with our Western description of trolls. who were sporting on the mountain slopes rose into the air as the mountain vibrated violently. Thousands of lions living in the mountain caves roared together with their terrific noise. Hanuman rose high into the sky and soared from Lanka, his mission completed. The army sets off. Okay. Hanuman sailed across the firmament, feeling overjoyed at his success. My goodness. He would soon see Sugriva and Rama and give them the good news that Sita had been found. So in Christian tradition, we hear about the Gospels. The Gospels, that word means good news. Okay. Good news. Sita had been found. Leaving Lanka in a state of confusion, he moved with the speed of the wind. No Rakshasa gave chase, as they were all engaged in trying to save their afflicted city. Of course, we're thinking like this is like these big demoniac corporations, that have been seized by different materialistic people and different fashions like that, or even nations and so on. And Prabhupada says the demon doesn't mean ugly or horns or long teeth. He said it may be a very handsome young man. He said demon means that he only cares for his own happiness, even at the expense of others. Yeah, yeah. So of course we see this basic principle of the corporations is profit, right? Got to satisfy the shareholders, and many times they only want gratification in terms of gross things like that. Bottom line is profit, and if we have to hurt others to get it, not so important. But anyway, that's what we're fighting. We're trying to make Lanka into a place with certain principles. Out of fear of Ravana, the fire god did not burn his palace. The Rakshasa king fumed as he gazed out at his blazing city. Ah, my goodness. He should have killed the monkey when he had the chance. Without doubt, Rama and his troops would soon arrive, and there would be a great battle. Of course, Ravana is Vijay or Vijay. We're not sure. Maybe he's Jai. Vijay. Ravana thought of his boon from Brahma. The demon had no immunity from humans. Would this human king Rama be the cause of his death? Was he Vishnu incarnate? He would need to be, mused Ravana. Let the fight go ahead. We will soon see Rama's power. Ravana would not cower before anyone. Death would be preferable. Indeed, death at Vishnu's hands was no shame. Some even said that such a death awarded one the highest regions of bliss. But under no conditions would he surrender to Sita. Surrender Sita. Ravana would have to take her by force or not at all. The demon stood lost in reverie. So this is a very, very interesting side of Ravana's character, which I think comes out again and again. That no no bad man is all good. This is in the Peter book Ramayana. What is it? Bhima has broken Duryodhana's back. He's lying on the ground, and then Yudhishthira is there, and they're all kind of wondering what to do, kind of lamenting our cousin, this and that. And Krishna comes up in the and probably maybe from the Ramayana, and he says to Yudhishthira, "No bad man is all bad, and no good man is all good. But in the defeat of Duryodhana, there is great success and cause for victory. He is like a piece of stone, a lump of wood. Turn his back and leave him." That was very interesting how we deal with people and everything else. You know, but basically, you might think the only person who is absolutely evil has to be Krishna to be absolutely anything. Yeah. But anyway, here we are with Ravana, with different mixed consciousness of what's going on now, what happens in our life. Hanuman sped through the air like an arrow loosened from a mighty bow. Within an hour, he again saw Mount Mahendra, wow, an hour, looming large in the distance. The monkey roared again and again, filling the sky with the thunder of his voice. Angada and the others heard his roar and stood on the seashore gazing up at the sky, relieved to realize that Hanuman's roar indicated success. Overpowered by happiness, they leapt and sprang about on the beach, shouting with joy. Okay, so this is the whole story now. You know, the Sankirtan days are over, the search is over, success is there, and now the thing is to return. So we're always thinking like, okay, the Upadeshamrita is Ram's ring, and we're trying to find the conditioned souls trapped in the hearts of everybody and give them Upadeshamrita, distribute Upadeshamrita, and show this is who we're representing. We're representing the Bhaktivedanta Book Trust. It's the incarnation of Rama, Prabhupada's Book Trust. And this ring, the Upadeshamrita, it shows you. You look at that one book, and of course, you have very, very good chance to look at all the whole Bhaktivedanta library. Okay, receiving that, then we take a check from the people that for they call full set order. I'm convinced, and that's the army then that comes. It comes and what do you call it? It takes care of all the different ideas and cultural attacks and everything that can come. Dealing with Prabhupada's books, we have resources to deal with every situation, putting them into art, drama, arguments, so many ways like that. But it has to be done like an army of people taking advantage of Prabhupada's books and reaching out to different sections of society. You know, what happens, Srila Prabhupada, when we make this planet Krishna conscious? Oh, the sannyasis will get on their magic carpets and fly to other worlds to preach. Be Goswamis, whether you're a woman, a child, or whatever. You know? Yeah, yeah. You can all become Goswamis and preach. Okay, so this is kind of some of the ideas that we're contemplating and meditating in the books. And along with this, one thing that we do is PowerPoint shows. So we just tried to do something here. Where's my thing there? And this is what we got so far. Can you see our PowerPoint show?
Yes, Maharaj.
Do you see the control bar? It's showing up on my screen, but I don't know if it's showing up on your screen.
Nandika Prabhu, help. You
I
see
guess
control
not.
bar?
No, I don't want you to see it. Yeah. Okay, so here's our PowerPoint show, and here's Hanuman. Looks like he's coming back. Maybe he's taking the ring or returning with it, either way. And what is this, Kishkinda? Of course, Ram is not staying in anybody's palace and this and that. And we found a nice case this here. Reporting of Sita to Rama, RSR. Reporting of Sita to Rama. Reporting of Sita to Rama. That's what we're doing now. We're not looking for her anymore. And here is a drawing by Tom Brown, monkey. After finding Sita, over here, right? After finding Sita, Hanuman with the monkeys reported to Rama. Okay. And here maybe is Kishkinda or the palace with some monkeys up on the balcony, and it's here, Kishkinda. And here's Hanuman. It says Hanuman was seated before Rama. But I think maybe more to say is that Hanuman was kneeling before Rama. And the monkeys are all gathering around, you know. And there's Rama, the best we could do, and maybe Lakshman. And so many flags, $15. And over here we have his report. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. One. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Two. You can all chant. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh my goodness. Yeah. It's always chanting in our heart, in our mind, whatever, externally, internally. Papa says externally we preach, internally as we always chant. You see, so many times, Papa, when he's preaching and so on, he has his bead bag. He's chanting and talking, and then he goes out and deals with somebody, maybe somebody a little fractious or a little bit argumentative. So he'll deal with them and chide them and talk with them and preach, you know. And then he goes back, closes his eyes, he's chanting again. You know? So this is Sankirtan. So then for us, somehow or other, putting this together, the next thing that seemed natural was the first thing we got. The first, you know, I don't know how this fits in, but it seems like the next thing is the Krishna book. Krishna book. Yeah. Prabhupada says anybody who chants Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda follows it with Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare has achieved the perfection of life. But if you want to preach, you should probably read my books. So what does preaching mean? You open the book up and you read. Okay, very good. Sufficient. Yeah. So the first book we got, and this became fundamental again, was a story from the second volume of the Krishna book. You know? So we put it here and we're working on this a little bit. And this is chapter 56, Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the story of the Samtaka jewel. This is the first time we met, I guess this is the first time we met Rama. Yeah. And so now we're coming back to Rama with Sita. See, I'm trying to build my consciousness here. Yeah. Very common in old age. It's like Sindhu can tell you that. Old people like to watch biographies of other people. The story of the Shamtaka jewel. There was a king of the name Satrajit within the jurisdiction of Dwarkadam. He was a great devotee of the sun god who awarded him the benediction of a jewel known as Shamantaka. And I think because of this Shamantaka jewel, there was a misunderstanding between King Satrajit and the Yadu dynasty. Because of this jewel, there was a misunderstanding. Later, the matter was settled when Satrajit voluntarily offered Krishna his daughter, Satyabhama, along with the Shamtaka jewel. So here we have, my goodness, okay, the Shamtaka jewel and Satyabhama. We found these on the internet. Looking for them. They're pretty good, huh? Okay. So he offered these to Krishna. Let's go ahead, next slide here. Not only, okay, Satyabhama, but also Jambavati of Jambavan was married to Krishna on account of the Shamantaka jewel. So there was a misunderstanding between Satyajit and the Yadu dynasty. It was resolved by giving these two things, but also Jambavati also got married because of this whole thing. These two marriages took place before the appearance of Pradyumna, which was described in the last chapter. And so that's when I became confused, because I was reading the first chapter of the 2-volume book, and I didn't realize that the devotee has sold me the second volume. But okay, well, maybe that was meant for me. I very much resonate with Dwarka and these kind of things. And seeing Rajalila maybe from that perspective, I'm trying to adjust my lens, my perspective, my attitude on all these things, and taking years of trying different things. And of course, that we can take with us. The computer may be messed up in the input and the printer, this kind of stuff. The input output programs may be failing. The application, Word may fail, but the operating system may still be intact. So when we die, we take our perspectives and our attitude. Yanyam Babi Smaram Bhavam. So what is our Bhava? What is our Bhava? Nationalism, whatever. How King Satrajit offended the Yadu dynasty and how he later came to his senses. Okay, and offered his daughter, and the Shamtaka jewel to Krishna are described as follows. And there's then the whole story of Pradyumna is there, and how he was kidnapped by the Shambhara demon. Yeah, very, very nice story. And we've also got the marriage of Jambavati and Krishna. So it's relating already. These things are previously happened. Prabhupada says that Jambavan was the king of the bears, Riksharaj, but he was not a bear. In many pictures, you see him as a bear. So, end of slideshow. That's what we've developed now, basically trying to make our life successful of developing some kind of Baba. So, any kind of questions or comments?
What is the next for the slide, Maharaj?
I don't know. That's what
Okay.
I've got to chant Hare Krishna. But making a presentation like this allows me to like look at the whole thing and who am I? You know, what am I collecting now? This is the end of this body, this perspective. But what are we going to take with us? What is the bhava, the attitude, the perspective, the International Society for what's it called? Antarashtrika Shri Krishna Bhavanamrita. What is the Bhavanamrita that we're going to take with us? Yeah, yeah.
Any questions or comments from Maharaj?
There's Professor Desai has come back to Murfreesboro.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yes.
very nice, very nice. Everybody's without your association, we all feel kind of walking by your empty house. We feel like, oh my goodness, yeah, yeah. Anyway,
Maharaj, we will
yeah.
miss you too, Maharaj.
Well, we're all going to take birth in Navadweep in our next lifetime with Nimai, and I'll be there as the friend, his friends and playmates, and professors and everything else. Navadweep is a big place. Yeah, Nimai. Okay, so thank you all very, very sincerely. Thank you all very much. This association is so nice. And also devotees here from Peru. I see Ishwari, other people like that. Thank you all very much. Hare Krishna. We'll see you somehow or other.
Thank you,
We'll
Maharaj.
see you day after tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
All of our local devotees.
Local devotees, yes, Maharaj.
We'll broadcast that. We'll
Yeah.
broadcast from the Neos Nashville. We'll
Okay.
broadcast this program in the park.
It'll be very, what time will be in India? 5:30. 4:30? What time will be Tanaka in India?
I think it's a 1.5 hours, Prabhu. It's a 5:30 means like 4 o'clock.
4 o'clock, okay. Okay, so Tanaka, anybody wants to lead and sing a prayer?
I can.
Okay, go ahead, bro, please.
Thank you. Namaste Narasimha Ya Prahlad Ladadai Hiranyakashi Uvakshaha Shrilatankanakalaye Ito Narsingo Parato Narsingo Yato yato yamitato narsingo Bahir narsingo Hridaye narsingo Narsingamedim Sharanam Prapade Tava kara kamalavare Nakham Adbhuta Shringa Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanubringam Keshavadvita Narhari Rupa Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare जय जगदीश हरे। तव कर कमल वरे नखां अद्भुत श्रृंगार दलिता हिरण्यकशिपु तनुभृङ्गं केशवद्वीता नरहरिरूपा जय जगदीश हरे। जय जगदीश हरे। जय जगदीश हरे। जय नरसिंह देव जय नरसिंह देव जय नरसिंह देव जय नरसिंह देव। जय प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज। जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा श्रील प्रभुपदा। जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा श्रील प्रभुपदा। जय गुरुदेवाय जय गुरुदेवाय जय गुरुदेवाय जय गुरुदेवाय। जय गुरुदेवाय जय गुरुदेवाय जय गुरुदेवाय जय गुरुदेवाय। नरसिंह भगवान की जय, प्रहलाद महाराज की जय, श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय। हरे कृष्ण। Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. And with that, we close the program for tonight, and we'll meet tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Vancha
Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo